How good are you at spotting fakes from the real? Have you ever bought something only to figure out that it was actually fake? You are probably talking to people and buying their rich facades as well. People are more what they hide than what they show. It certainly helps to know what to look out for to call them out. Number 10. How much they talk about themselves. The fake rich are all about themselves. They want you to know that they had dinner in Paris and breakfast in the Bahamas. They have to tell you how much they spent on their fur coat and that they've got the latest car. When you try to talk about yourself, they find a way to always bring the conversation around to where they are the highlight. If you tell them about how you have some pressing money needs, they are quick to act as though they have none. The real rich, on the other hand, prefer not to draw unnecessary attention to themselves. They won't make any mention of the places they have been to or how much their items cost, unless you come out and ask them straight. When they talk about themselves, they prefer to keep the conversation about what they are learning and the activities they are interested in. These are things that most people can easily access. They know that talking about yourself and your wealth is a desperate claim to wealth. Real wealth speaks for itself. Number 9. Action versus plan. Because the fake rich like to talk about themselves, they also talk a lot about their plans and what they are going to do in the future. They want to give you the illusion of motion so that people think they are doing better than they actually are. But they are all talk and no show. The real rich, on the other hand, prefer to keep quiet about their big projects. They only start talking about them when they are launched or close to launching. Rather than waste time talking about what they are going to do, they just go ahead and do what they've set their mind to. They make smart plans and execute them when they say they will. They know that anyone can talk about what they will do, but only a few ever follow through. They prefer for their work to do all the talking. However, the fake rich don't operate like this. They talk about 1,000 plans at a time and are full of excuses and procrastination when you follow up on them. Because their plans never materialize into anything, they keep changing their minds about what they will do. Number 8. What they talk about. You can spot the poor in rich skin from what their conversations are about. The real rich are always seeking ways to improve themselves. They want to talk about books, groundbreaking innovations, realistic investments, the stock market, and how the socio-political climate around them will affect their long-term plans. The fake rich have no interest in these kinds of conversations. They just want to sit and troll their friends on social media. They feel better by putting others down and bragging about their unimpressive lifestyle. When they get to talk about money, it's nothing coherent. Their views on money are also a little bit skewed. They cannot give solid advice about investments or business proposals. So if your rich friend prefers to talk about the latest scandal on social media, beware. Number 7. Their availability. Do you ever wonder if the rich simply have 24 hours like the rest of us? Time is a precious commodity for all of us, but the rich seem to know how to use it better. This greatly affects their availability. So you can tell the fake rich from the pure ones by how easily they pop up at all times. To help their organization, the real rich prefer to know what they will be doing and where they will be weeks before the event. They prefer to have appointments, no matter how special you think you are to them, because they work on the clock and they haven't figured out how to buy more time. Sometimes they would rather send in their personal assistants because they know they can't do it all. However, the fake rich are always down for an event that will let them show off to more people. To further dramatize their existence, they'll tell you they can't make it, then show up anyway. They are also fond of calling you to outings like lunch every day, where they get to gloat some more. It doesn't matter that you could be busy. From the way they live their lives, they seem like they never have to work. That's fake right there. Number 6. Their money approach. Depending on who your parents were, we all grew up with strange ideas about money that we learn to shade or embrace when we grow up. Because the real rich know the value of a dollar and their hard work, they approach money shrewdly. They always look for the best deals and prefer to invest and save. They prefer to pay in cash or using their debit card. Debt is not something they want to be associated with. They also do their best to live by a budget and ensure that they have an emergency fund. They also practice generosity and give to charities or causes they believe in. However, the fake rich are all about a good time. Avoiding debt, budgets, investments, that's a life they can't be bothered with. You only live once and they intend to live that life for everyone to see. They are always quick with their credit cards, racking up more debt. They never want to give because they never have anything to give. They also don't have an emergency fund and are just a crisis away from being revealed for the fakes they are. Number 5. Their social circles. Relationships are important. Humans are social animals, and there are plenty of sayings like no one is an island, and 2 heads are better than 1. We are hardwired to want company, and there is nothing wrong with that. But your social circle can also be telling about your private life and convictions. The real rich are always looking for people who can help them reach the best versions of themselves. They hang out with like-minded people who are looking for the next best deal. If they are to go out with others, they limit their time and how much they say out loud. The fake rich don't know how much social circles affect their wealth, so they are less strict about the people they hang out with. Because birds of a feather flock together, they only have a flock of fake rich people around them. They prefer to talk about other people and how much they are going to spend on their next purchases. Rather than build each other up, they tear themselves down with drama and irrelevant information. Number 4. How they spend their money. You know how detective shows have convinced us that there is a paper trail to follow whenever you want to catch someone? Well, the same is true for catching the fake rich, except that all you have to do is follow the money trail. See where they put their money, and you'll know who is rich and who is the imposter. The fake rich want to buy the biggest house on the street, the newest car, and the latest gadget. They may think of emptying the clothing store. The real rich have learned to invest in experiences over things like family vacations. They spend their money on investments like real estate and retirement funds. The real rich don't feel any pressure about spending and can make rational decisions on how they are spending their money. Number 3. How they define their position. Due to their dire need to impress and hunger for validation, the fake rich always dress up what they do or are doing with fancy words. Rather than tell you they are the manager, they'll say they are the lord of the store, or something strange like that. When they go out for lunch, they'll say they are going to replenish their needs. They are so attached to labels and names. They are the kind that always remind you about their title. It's manager to you. Or, please just call me the head of creative division. Of course, this doesn't mean that you should not let people know about your achievements. But if you can't disassociate that from who you are as a person, then you are falling into the category of the fake rich. The rich don't need to remind everyone who they are. They are confident in themselves and are not dependent on what other people think. Number 2, no savings. Saving money is a must for anyone who has understood the importance of money. And you'd think the people who understand this best are the rich. However, the fake rich barely have any savings. They need to be seen spending money on things that don't matter. They lose a lot of money buying items like fancy vases and rugs to impress their guests. Unfortunately, because they don't have the money to sustain the lifestyle they are faking, they end up using up all their money. Because the real rich have no interest in impressing anyone, they make better decisions with their money and end up saving more. The real rich have no problem using coupons and taking advantage of discounts and sales. This allows them to save. They also don't go out buying everything they can see and get their hands on. They think things through, but mostly they know that they need to save, and they do it religiously. If you enjoyed it so far, please like this video and leave a comment. What is your best way to save money? Number 1. Validation. The real rich are perfectly comfortable with who they are. They don't need outside opinions to define their lifestyle, their fashion, or their interests. The fake rich, though, need to know they are impressing someone. They need to make their presence known and felt. They are the kind of people who will walk to every table at an event to show off their new purse that costs an obscene amount of money. They also make open-ended statements and always seem to need a response from their audience. If anyone makes a negative comment about something they have or do, they go out of their way to defend it or give it up completely. The real rich would not care. They know that it's okay to respectfully disagree. Not everyone has the same tastes. They also wear unassuming clothes and do what they like when they like. No time for the world to get on board. They are more about setting trends and standing out.